This episode is brought to you by Ring. From package deliveries to lonely pets, Ring cameras and doorbells make it easy to check in from anywhere, right from your phone. Be there with Ring. Learn more at ring.com.
Thursday Night Football is on, and it's only on Prime Video.
Touchdown.
This week, the new-look New England Patriots take on the reloaded New York Jets in an intense divisional matchup.
What a catch.
Coverage begins at 7 p.m. Eastern with TNF Tonight, presented by Verizon. Not a Prime member? Sign up for a 30-day free trial to stream the game. It's the Patriots and Jets, Thursday at 7, only on Prime Video. Restrictions apply. See Amazon.com/Amazon Prime for details.
Thanks for listening to the Red Treehouse, where I tell you unsolved crime stories to keep you up at night. These episodes are exclusive to Patreon and cannot be found anywhere else. Your ongoing support makes the Red Treehouse possible. You can follow the Red Treehouse on social media, on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, X, Threads, and Facebook at Red Treehouse Pod. If you have a scary story or topic you'd like me to feature on an upcoming episode, email redtreehousepod@gmail.com. Important note: sources for this episode can be found in the show notes. The Red Treehouse is dedicated to my dad. I love you, Pop. When it comes to true crime, there isn't much that catches me by surprise. As someone who is interested in human behavior, I feel like I've heard just about every type of strange and mystifying case that's out there. But every now and again, I hear about a case that leaves me rattled. The timelines don't make sense. The details don't add up. And in many of these cases, the victims become a cold case file. The families suffer in perpetuity, and the perpetrator goes unpunished. The case of Robert Wone fits all of these. What started as a seemingly normal situation, staying at a friend's house after a long day at work, quickly turned into a tragedy that left Robert Wone dead, and his friends claiming he died at the hands of an unknown intruder. Make no mistake, the details of the case only leave more questions than answers, and more theories than concrete truths. In this episode of The Red Treehouse, we're going to explore the case of Robert Eric Wone. What happened to him on the night of August 3rd, 2006? And who was responsible for his untimely death? I'll share the story. You decide for yourself. I'm your host, Will. Welcome to the Red Treehouse. Robert Eric Wone was born on June 1st, 1974, in Manhattan, New York. He grew up in Brooklyn, New York, and was a terrific student throughout high school. After graduating, he pursued his undergraduate degree in public policy at the College of William and Mary in Williamsburg, Virginia, where he was named a James Monroe Scholar. While there, he met Joseph Price, who was several years older. The two became close friends and were involved in various school activities, including student government. Joseph Price graduated from William and Mary in 1993. At the end, of Robert's freshman year. Remember Joseph's name. It will come up later in the episode. While at William and Mary, Robert helped revive the 13 Club, quote, whose members went around campus doing anonymous good deeds, end quote. At his graduation in 1996, Robert received the prestigious Algernon Sidney Sullivan Award, which, quote, is awarded based on characteristics of heart, mind, and helpfulness to others, end quote. After graduation, Robert pursued a law degree at the University of Pennsylvania, where he graduated cum laude. After receiving his law degree, he worked as a law clerk for federal judge Raymond A. Jackson, then in commercial real estate law at Covington and Burling in Washington, D.C. One article stated, quote, as part of his public service responsibilities with the firm, he served as general counsel for the Organization of Chinese Americans, end quote. Robert was proud of his Chinese heritage and was active in the Asian Pacific American Law Students Association. An article on the website whomurderedrobertwone.com states, quote, Wone was active in various community organizations. As a board member of the Asian Pacific American Bar Association Education Fund, treasurer of the Asian Pacific American Bar Association, D.C. He mentored law school students and helped to draft the OCA's personnel manual. He and his wife were members of Grace Community Church in Arlington, Virginia. And less than 2 weeks after his death, he was to have been ushered in as president of the APABA DC installation dinner, end quote. In 2002, while at a conference in Philadelphia, Robert met his wife, Catherine Ellen Yu, who was also an attorney. The two had a long-distance relationship, as Catherine lived in Illinois. And after traveling back and forth for some time, Robert proposed. Catherine and Robert were married on June 7, 2003, with Judge Raymond A. Jackson officiating the service. The couple settled in Fairfax, Virginia, in the Oakton area. And on June 30, 2006, Robert left Covington and Burling and, quote, was hired as general counsel for Radio Free Asia, end quote. By all accounts, Robert was a kind, caring man, and was, quote, described by his loved ones as thoughtful, reliable, and genuine. The kind of person who kept a spreadsheet of all his friends' birthdays and put change into expired parking meters when he walked past them, end quote. On August 3, 2006, Robert was working late. And rather than come home and risk disturbing his sleeping wife, he opted to spend the night at Joseph Price's home. Remember, Joe was an old college friend, and his home was less than a mile from Robert's office, so the decision made sense. Joseph Price shared the home with two romantic partners, Victor Zaborsky and Dylan Ward. Shortly after arriving sometime around 10:30 p.m., Robert took a shower, then lay down on a pull-out couch, and presumably fell asleep. All was seemingly quiet until 11:49 p.m., when an incoming 911 call claimed someone had been stabbed. According to a Newsweek article dated March 7, 2023, quote, Wone arrived at the residence at approximately 10:30 p.m. on August 2nd, and at 11:49 p.m., Zaborsky made a call to 911 to say that the lawyer had been stabbed. Paramedics arrived 5 minutes later. End quote. What you're about to hear is the nearly 7-minute audio of the 911 call from Victor Zaborsky.
The CC Emergency 911 operator 6752. Do you need police, fire, or ambulance?
Immediately. We may need an ambulance.
What's wrong, ma'am?
We had someone that was in our house, evidently, and they stabbed somebody.
Okay, somebody's inside the house now?
I don't know. We heard.
Are they bleeding? You see someone bleeding?
Someone is bleeding in our house.
Okay, where's they bleeding from?
I think in the stomach.
The stomach? Is he cautious? Calm down for me. I'm going to send some help, okay? Female or male?
It's a male. He's a friend of ours. He was spending the night with us.
Okay, and who was the person that stabbed him? Do you know? Is he conscious?
We need an ambulance.
Ma'am, listen to me.
He's not conscious.
He's not conscious at all?
No. We need someone right now.
Is he breathing? Listen to me. Calm down. I'm going to help you, okay? Is he breathing?
I'm upstairs, and he's downstairs. I don't know.
Okay, who's downstairs with him?
My partner is downstairs with him right now. He told me to go upstairs and call the police immediately. I just went to the stairs.
Okay, who's the person? Okay, I'm sending paramedics and the police. Okay, who's the person that stabbed him?
I don't know. We think it's somebody with an intruder in the house. We heard the chime at the door.
And it's 15, ma'am, calm down. 1509 Swan Street, Northwest. Am I correct?
Yes, it is.
The person that stabbed him, is he still in the home?
I don't know.
We got help en route, okay?
Pardon me?
We have help en route.
Thank you. They're here.
They are en route to you now. I'm saying the police and the paramedics, okay, to assist. Okay, what I need you to do is go downstairs, okay? The place wherever he was stabbed at, I need you to get a dry cloth, okay? And just apply pressure to that area. If he was wherever he was stabbed at on his body, I need you to take a towel downstairs while you're waiting for the paramedics to arrive and just apply pressure. Even if the rag or towel is saturated with blood, just get another towel and put it on top, but never lift the first towel off the area. Hold it on. Once it gets filled up with blood, just put another towel on top of that and just apply pressure until the paramedics arrive.
Pressure until they get
yes.
on the leg.
Yeah.
We're stabbed in the heart.
In the heart?
Yes. In the center of his chest.
Okay. Is he breathing?
Is he breathing?
We have help en route now, okay? You don't know who it was?
I have no idea. Don't touch this.
Okay, is he breathing?
He's breathing, but we need help now.
Okay, we have help en route, ma'am, okay? We do have help en route. Okay, just go down there and try to tell your husband or your the other half to just try to keep him calm and talk to him, okay? Keep him calm and talk to him until someone gets there. Okay. And at the same time, get a dry cloth and just hold it right there in the area.
My partner's holding it on him.
Okay, and once it gets saturated with blood, tell him get another one. Go get another towel so you can apply it on top of that one once it gets filled up with blood. We need you to apply pressure on that area.
He is applying pressure right now.
Okay, just hold it there until the paramedics get there. They should be pulling up any moment if they're already en route to your location. You don't know who did this.
We have no idea who did this.
Is the door open so they can get in?
We don't know how they got in.
Okay, well, I'm asking you now, is the door open so the paramedics can get in once they get here?
What? Sorry. What were you saying?
Is the door open so they can get in? Is the door open so the paramedics can get in the home?
I'm going to go down.
Is this a private home or apartment?
It's a home.
It's a home. It's 1509 Swan Street, Northwest.
The person had one of our knives.
The person that stabbed him ran out the door with a knife?
I think so.
Okay, anybody get any type of description of the person that came in the home?
I have no idea. We have no description. We heard the chime, and we heard the scream from our friend.
Okay.
And so we came running downstairs. We ran in.
So you both was upstairs and your friend was downstairs?
Yes.
You heard the door open and then you heard the scream?
I didn't hear the door open until after the scream, and then we ran down the stairs and we heard we have an alarm, and so the chime went off.
Okay.
Is the ambulance, please? We really need the ambulance.
Okay, they en route now, ma'am. Go to the door. They should be pulling up any moment, okay?
I'm afraid to go downstairs.
Okay, the person who's downstairs was the person that was assaulted.
No, we're on the second floor.
Okay, so somebody need to go downstairs and open the door for the paramedics. You're not sure if that person's still in the home or not?
I have no idea.
Okay, we have paramedics en route, okay?
What time is it?
What time is it at the moment?
Yes.
23:54. It's 11:54, ma'am.
54.
Yes.
I mean,
I'll stay on the line with you. I will stay on the line until somebody gets here, okay? I won't hang up.
we need them right now. I'm not hanging up, but we need help now.
Okay, they en route, ma'am. They are en route. Let me know when you hear the paramedics. Can you look out the window and see if you hear them coming?
I'm looking out the window and I see nothing. I see nobody.
Okay, it seems like forever, but they are en route, ma'am. They're coming.
Here they are. Here they are.
They're there?
I'm going downstairs.
Okay. I'll stay on the line with you till you open the door for the paramedics, okay?
Help us. We have someone who was stabbed. They're on our second floor.
Ma'am?
No, it's really an emergency. I mean, please hurry.
Ma'am, it's gonna be okay.
When paramedics arrived, they found Robert, quote, lying flat on his back on the guest room sofa bed, dead, end quote. Robert was found with 3 stab wounds in his chest and abdomen, and a knife was sitting on a table beside him. It was a strange crime scene. There were no signs of a struggle, and the first EMT noted there was no blood on Robert's torso. In fact, there was very little blood in the room at all. Equally as strange was the behavior of the 3 men. They presented as calm and offered little help to the paramedics who arrived at the home. The men were questioned by responding officers of the Metropolitan Police Department, and all 3 claimed to have not witnessed the attack, instead stating that an intruder had somehow broken into the home and attacked and killed Robert Wone. Paramedics pronounced Robert Wone dead at 12:24 a.m. on August 3rd, 2006. But what exactly happened? The answers are inconsistent, unsatisfying, and maddening. Detectives interviewing the men informed them they were the prime suspects in Robert's murder. For their part, the men claimed to have little knowledge of the incident, and though they stated an unknown intruder killed Robert, they also denied having seen the attack itself. At minimum, police were unconvinced the 3 men didn't at least know who committed the murder. The autopsy on Robert's body produced confounding results. Though Robert was stabbed 3 times, it was determined there had also been an attempted suffocation. His hands and arms had no defensive wounds, so it was clear he did not resist or put up a fight, likely indicating that he was asleep or unconscious when he was stabbed. As if these weren't confusing enough, puncture marks, like from a needle, were found on Robert's body, which may have been an indication that he was injected with drugs or a sedative prior to the attack. But there was something else. A content warning before we continue. The following contains graphic descriptions of sexual assault. Listener discretion is advised. Upon further investigation, the medical examiner found evidence that Robert was sexually assaulted prior to his death. Quote, Wone's own semen was found around his genitals and inside his rectum. End quote. The three men denied having sex with Robert, and it was reported that he was both heterosexual and happily married. They also told the same story. They heard an unknown and unidentified person walking down the stairs of the home after they heard a, quote, series of grunts coming from the guest bedroom, end quote. One article stated, quote, they said that after they went to bed in their own rooms, the door alarm chimed as if an intruder had entered the home. Then, Zaborski claimed, he heard a scream. When the roommates went to check on Wone, they found him dead. End quote. The men speculated the intruder gained access to the home by the back door, which could have been reached after jumping a fence in the backyard. The men denied hearing anyone coming up the stairs and could not explain why the intruder would enter the guest bedroom where Robert was sleeping. Think of it this way. Quote, an intruder would have had to climb an 8-foot fence in the backyard, walk up the steps to the second floor, pass by Ward's bedroom, enter Wone's bedroom, inject drugs into his body, sexually assault him, attempt to suffocate him, and finally stab him 3 times with a knife, all without the house's residents hearing anything. End quote. Police eventually dismissed this explanation due to lack of evidence. There were no signs of a break-in, nothing was taken, and all of Robert's possessions, his cell phone, his wallet, and his watch, were still in the guest bedroom. And as important, the crime scene itself left more questions than answers. Within a few weeks of Robert's murder, police determined the crime scene had been tampered with, and it was theorized that Robert had been killed in another location and then moved to the bedroom. The blood had been wiped off his abdomen. The bed was still neatly made underneath Robert's body. A Guardian article, dated June 28, 2010, described the condition of Robert's body, stating, quote, it looked like his abdomen had been wiped, kind of like when you wash a window. A paramedic described the scene, stating, quote, she saw a large hole in the victim's chest, big enough to fit your finger into, but there was no blood whatsoever on the victim, on the floor, or anywhere in the room. To the paramedic, it appeared that Wone had been stabbed, showered, redressed, and placed in the bed. End quote. Things just didn't add up for detectives, but they suspected the 3 men knew far more than they admitted. The bloody knife found next to Robert did not match the wounds on his body. The knife also contained towel fibers, an indication that someone used the towel to wipe the blood onto the knife. When police searched the home, they discovered a knife missing from a set in the kitchen. This knife more closely matched the wounds on Robert's body. Something interesting. That kitchen knife has never been found. Investigators brought in a cadaver dog to search the home, and the dog, quote, detected blood in the lint trap of the dryer and on a patio drain, end quote. Investigators believed someone in the home tried to clean the scene and destroy the evidence. In 2008, police arrested and charged the three men with evidence tampering, obstruction of justice, and conspiracy to obstruct justice. An affidavit revealed investigators simply didn't believe the three men, stating, quote, "The evidence demonstrates that Robert Wone was restrained, incapacitated, sexually assaulted, and murdered inside 1509 Swan Street. And there exists overwhelming evidence, far in excess of probable cause, that Price, Zaborski, and Ward had obstructed justice by altering and orchestrating the crime scene, planting evidence, delaying the reporting of the murder to the authorities, and lying to the police about the true circumstances of the murder." End quote. On November 25, 2008, Catherine Wone, Robert's widow, filed a civil suit against Joseph Price, Victor Zaborski, and Dylan Ward. The lawsuit alleged, quote, "the defendant's negligent failure to rescue Robert Wone after he was injured, defendant's destruction of evidence of Robert Wone's murder, and defendant's conspiracy to destroy evidence and obstruct the police investigation into Robert Wone's murder." End quote. On August 3, 2011, on the 5-year anniversary of Robert's death, the lawsuit was settled between Catherine Wone and the three men. Attorneys for the three men denied the criminal allegations, and the case went to trial on June 17, 2010. The three men were not called to testify, and 12 days later, on June 29th, Judge Lynn Leibovitz found them not guilty of all charges. In her statement explaining the ruling, Judge Leibovitz remained unconvinced the men were guilty of the charges levied against them. Something interesting. Judge Leibovitz also stated she believed the three men knew who killed Robert Wone. To this day, the person or persons responsible for Robert Wone's murder are still at large. I'll admit, the details of this case really bother me. Someone somewhere knows exactly what happened to Robert Wone, and they know exactly what happened between the time of his murder and the arrival of the police and paramedics. That no one has come forward to tell the truth is condemnable. We've covered a few theories in this episode, but it's difficult to get over the reality that three grown men claimed ignorance of the entire situation. That an intruder waltzed into the home, snuck into Robert's room, drugged, attempted to suffocate him, sexually assaulted him, and ultimately murdered him. That the crime scene was cleaned up and evidence tampered with only adds frustration to an already angering situation. Truly, justice delayed is justice denied. As we close this episode of the Red Treehouse, we're left with these lingering questions. What happened to Robert Wone on the night of August 3rd, 2006? And who was responsible for his untimely death? I've shared the story. Now you decide for yourself. I'm your host, Will. Thanks for joining me in the Red Treehouse.